Gaffer, defeat here at Crewe today. What did you make of the performance overall?
Like really frustrated, angry again, but not so much. I think performance-wise for the first half, I mean, again we should be 3 up, 2-1, 3-1. The chances we had, we missed some absolute sitters in the first half, and we've had that in the last three away games. And then we get punished. The first goal, just get the excuses out of the way first. First goal was a foul. Paul's got it back, who'll be clearing the ball. The second goal was outside the box, and I think it went out on the far side. So 2 very, very poor decisions. But in terms of us, all 3 goals are the same. We've worked on all week. We weren't aggressive enough, let them turn. Every single goal was exactly the same. And then we've gave up last 10-15 minutes. I understand that we're losing the game. We looked a bit ragged, but we completely gave up, and I think that hurts the most. That shouldn't be happening. And the supporters have every right, to have a go at people when they sort of throw the towel in at the end. And I've said that to the players. Just that's regardless of the result, that's your professional and personal pride. That can't happen. Up until that point, there's nothing in the game. Again, the finer details in terms of decisions, and then us putting the ball in the back of net. I think we've had 3 really good chances, especially first half. Like one off the line, keeper's pulled off a great save, but we should score. The header, another flash across the box. They've had not one chance in the first half. A header that went slightly wide. Again, we haven't been aggressive enough in wide areas. The timing of then the penalty, which is outside the box, again, always out of play. But then the timing of the penalty absolutely kills us right after half time. And then we're chasing the game then. Looks a bit ragged. They're obviously keeping the ball. They get a little bit of confidence from it. Again, don't really create anything really. And then obviously a really poor third goal to go and concede. Again, not being aggressive enough, letting them turn and then putting it down the sides. So really, really frustrating day all round, mate.
Particularly, how frustrating is it, particularly at the break, going in 1-0 down when, like you say, there's some big chances and there's really no other chances at the other end?
Yeah, I don't know what it's been like all season, but all 3 away games now we've created chances. We should be leading at least. Like today, we should be leading. The keeper's pulled off a great save from header, but should score. The one off the line again should score. A header. We're really, really frustrating. We let them have the ball a little bit, but then in transition we were really, really good. Again, they didn't really create anything in the first half. Foul for the free kick and a goal. Obviously, goals then change in games, and then that one just after half time absolutely kills us. We're well in the game then. You think you should keep doing what you've done in the first half. We'll create chances. Obviously, got to put them away. That second goal absolutely kills us. The timing of it, and obviously the bad decisions of it as well. And ultimately, then because how we have been away from home all season, that fragility comes back, that mentality comes back. And we just went a little bit ragged, obviously it looks like we've got an absolute battering today, and it's been far from the case. But that last 10 minutes really, really annoyed me. I won't accept that.
How difficult is it to change that mentality that you mentioned there, in regards to trying to shift that focus onto believing that you can win away from home? If I knew that, mate, I think I'd be Paul Daniels at the minute. But we've just got to be. It's just the fine details that are letting us down at the minute. So the fine details of us not scoring when we should score, then the fine details of when they get one chance. Whether that's a mistake or whether that's something's happened and we've compounded that mistake. We've got to eradicate them mistakes. And obviously, I've got to look at now how we go forward in terms of we've tried a couple of things that we don't keep the ball well enough to try what we're trying to do. So we just have to revert back to being ridiculously hard to beat. We have to really work hard off the ball. And I think that for a supporter's kind of view, you want to see people working hard, you want to see grafting, you want to see tackles getting in, you want to see having a right go. And we look like that again today.
but still have that massive fragility about us. And then the last 10-15 minutes is totally unacceptable. So, you know, and the players know that. You know, they've let themselves down in terms of not digging people out, but you know, you've got to have pride in your own performance, your own output. Let alone, you know, the supporters who have travelled for the last 5-6 months and not seen us win a game of football away. I thought they were fantastic today. You know, rightly so, having a bit of a go at the end, and that's you know, if you see, you know, people giving up on you, then you got to expect that, and we have to be. You know, it's a massive game for the football club. Don't I know everything about this, and we've got to go there and on Thursday, and we've got to turn up with fight, hunger, desire more than anything, so that, you know, it shows the supporters that we care before anything, and then try and win a game of football.
In terms of team selection, was it a hard decision to leave out Keane today, given just
yeah, but to be fair, I mean, the last 2 games he's struggled with his ankle. I mean, Witts has struggled with his hip, so that was a close one. Theo's obviously been struggling with his knee, and he's had to come off. Gotts took a knock in the game, nearly had to come off. So I think obviously with the game coming up on Thursday as well, it was just trying to protect a couple of them. You know, obviously with Witts, you know, he said he was all right, so obviously we went with that. You know, we'll see how we are. Keane's been struggling the last couple of games with his ankle and his calf. I think even after he scored, I think was it against Gillingham, and I think since then he's sort of been managing that. So that's been really difficult to manage. And one or two more, obviously disappointed with Theo. We thought we'd got past his that, and he's gone off today. So we'll just have to see how we are come Thursday, and pick a team where we think we can have a right go.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.